This is day 4 of our project to learn the names and locations of the 254 counties of Texas in 30 days. Let's get right into this system. We're going to get into clickandlearnsoftware.com. We click the Play Now button. And at the top, we click the thumbnail that says 30 days to learn the Texas counties. We're on day 4. And on day 4, we're going to review the counties that begin with the letters C. And we're going to get into learn the counties that begin with the letters D, E, and F. We also leave the counties, the games for day 2 and 3 on the screen, so you can play those. Actually, yesterday we already reviewed the, or maybe we didn't. Let's get in and review the counties that begin with the letter C. I have it in review mode. I click single player and go. It asks for Caldwell. These are going to be in alphabetical order. I think that there are 27 or 28 questions. Well, let's find out. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to get into, click that icon again, and it's going to tell me right at the top, 28 questions begin with the letter C. When I click the go button, if we've already learned this and already practiced with this and spent our time, maybe an hour or two, we know that these are going to be in alphabetical order, starting with Caldwell, Calhoun, Callahan, Cameron, Camp, Carson, Castro, Chambers, Cherokee, Childress, I think it's Clay, Cochran, Koch, Coleman, Collinsworth, Colorado, Kamal, Comanche, Concho, Cook with 2 O's, Cook, Coriel, what's the next? I have to look at the question. Cottle, Crane, Crockett, Crosby, and Culberson. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to just click the repeat button and click go. Caldwell, Calhoun, Callahan, Cameron, Camp, Carson, Castro, Camp, Carson, Castro, Chambers, Cherokee, Childress, Chambers, Cherokee, Childress. Thinking ahead of where we're going to click next. Clay, Cochran, Koch, Coleman, Cook, where's the next one? Collinsworth, Colorado, Kamal, Comanche, Concho, Cook with 2 O's, Cook, Coriel, Cottle, Crane, Crockett, Crosby, and Culberson. And we beat the clock. And that's how we review. We just get in and play that a few times. And if we stumble, we play it again and again. Because we're going to build on what we're learning here. We're going to build on that. So by the end of these 30 days, we'll be able to go through all 254 counties, be able to recite the 254 counties in 254 seconds, and score 100% on the game that we have built for the final day of the class. And if you're joining us midway through, stick with us, because then we're going to repeat again at the beginning of the next month. And it happens to be the 4th day of the month, happens to be 4th of July. So we're going to get into, we just reviewed the counties that begin with the letter C. We're going to click the game that says Learn Counties D, E, and F. Single player. Click go. There are going to be 7 questions on the screen. When I click go, it's going to ask for Dallam. If I click the correct button, I get a green light. If I click the wrong button, it asks for Dallas. I'm going to click Delta instead. So I click this button, I get a red light, okay? And it tells me I've clicked on Delta, okay? It asks for Dallas. Maybe this is Dallas. No, that's Dawson. Well, let's use the Show Me button. I use the Show Me button, and it tells me that in this case, this button is Dallas. That's the question, Dallas. It asks for Dawson. Let's see if this is Dawson. Let's see if this is Dawson, okay? Dawson. We know this is Delta. We already clicked that by mistake. This is Denton. Let's use the Show Me button. Okay, there's Deaf Smith County in Texas. And that's for Delta, Denton. And DeWitt. There's only one button left on the screen, so that must be DeWitt. We were 35 seconds over the timer. So we would replay over and over. It takes about 4 times, or we can master these first 7 where we can say Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, and DeWitt. And if we're not sure, we can repeat. Click the repeat. Start with Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt. Okay, let's go on to 14 questions. We already know Dallas. Well, it asks for Dallam. We already know Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt. And now it goes on to ask 7 new questions, starting with Dickens. Is this Dickens? No, that's Donnelly. Is this Dickens? No, that's Ector. Let's use the show me button. Okay, there's Dickens. Dimmitt, Donnelly. We clicked Donnelly a minute ago. It's in the panhandle. Duvall. Let's use the show me button. Duvall is down in the southern part of Texas. Eastland, Ector, Edwards. We were 14 seconds over, so we replay. We already know Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, and we're learning Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly. Let's see if this is Duvall. No, that's Edwards. This is Edwards. We can use the show me button. Okay, this is Duvall. It asks for Eastland. I know this is Edwards, so one of these 2 is Eastland. Eastland, Ector, and Edwards. We did not beat the clock, so we replay again. And in order to beat the clock, we don't have time to look at the question each time. We have to know that after I click Dallam, I go to Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, and then where to go. Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duvall, Eastland, Ector, Edwards. Well, let's go on to the 21 questions. It asks for reinforcing Dallam, focus, Dallam, Dallas, focus, 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 Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duvall, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, and now we have 7 new. El Paso is easy. Okay, Ellis. Ellis, is this Ellis? No, that's Erath. Is this Ellis on the Red River? No, that's Fannin. Let's use the show me button. Okay, this is Ellis, Erath, Falls, Fannin, Fayette. One of these is Fayette, and one is Fisher. Let's see what this one is. Okay, this is Fisher. This is Fayette. This is Fisher. We were 19 seconds over. Click go. Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duvall. We go into the E's, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, Ellis. What's it asking for? El Paso, Ellis, Erath, Falls. Is this Falls? No, that's Fannin. I remember this is Fisher. Use this show me button. Okay, here's Falls, Fannin, Fayette, Fisher. 3 seconds over. We're getting closer and closer. Let's go. Dallam, Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duvall, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, Falls, Fannin, Fayette, Fisher. Okay. So now we're going to the next. When it says 27 questions, I know that this works in increments of 7, 14, 21, 28. So when I see 27, I know that this is the last level for the D, E, and F counties. Click go. Focus, 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 concentrate, eliminate all distractions, and see if we can do this. Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duval, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, Falls, Bannon, Fayette, Fisher, and now we have new 6 new questions, 6 new counties. Let's see if this is Floyd. Oh, that's Franklin. Is this Floyd? No, that's F-O-A-R-D. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll call it Ford. It asks for Floyd. We'll use the show me button. Okay, that's Floyd. Okay, Ford is the one I just clicked. Fort Bend. Is this Fort Bend? No, that's Frio. Show me button. This is Fort Bend. Franklin, Freestone, Frio. We were 16 seconds over. Click the go button and repeat. Whisper as you click. You want to say it out loud as you're playing. When you say it, you're using 4 of your 5 senses at the same time. You are saying, hearing, seeing it on the screen, touching it with the mouse. Those things help you learn faster and retain the information longer. Let's go. Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt. Oh no, that's Frio. Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duval. That's all of the D's. Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, and now we're getting into the counties that begin with the letter F, as in Frank. Falls, Bannon on the Red River, Fayette. Is this Fayette? No, that's Fort Bend. I remember was this Franklin? This was Ford. Let's use the show me button. It asked for Fayette. Okay, that's Fayette. Okay, Fisher, Floyd, Ford, Fort Bend, Franklin, Freestone, and Frio. 16 seconds over. Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duval, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, Falls, Bannon, Fayette, Fisher, Floyd, Ford, Fort Bend, Franklin, Freestone, Frio. I beat the clock, but I stumbled when I was going through those last ones. I should be able to do all of these without looking at the questions. So let's do a replay one more time. We'll beat the clock and then we'll go into random order. It asks for Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duval, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, Falls, Bannon, Fayette, Fisher, Floyd, Ford. What comes after that? Fort Bend, Franklin, Freestone, Frio. Okay, we beat the clock, so now we go into random order. And what I'm doing, these games are free all through the rest of the year, all through the rest of 2025. You can get in and play. You don't have to register. You can get in and learn something that very few people know how to do. You can be one of 1,000. 1 of 10,000? I don't know. Let's click go. They're going to be in random order, so now we give you more time in random order. We know this is Floyd and this is Ford. Ellis, we know there's Ellis and Erath, so Ellis. Fort Bend is down here towards the coast. Dallin was the first one in his game. Freestone, Duval. This was Donnelly. One of these is Dimmitt, one is Frio. I think this is Duval. Dawson was an early one. Fayette. Fayette is over here. That's Fayette. Deft Smith. Dallas. Eastland. Floyd, the buttons are disappearing. Dickens. Denton. This is Delta. This is Denton. DeWitt was down here. That shape of that kind of looks like the letter D laying on its side. So that's DeWitt. Falls. Falls is green. Franklin was tall and thin, I think. Benjamin Franklin. So this is a tall and thin county. Frio. One of these is Dimmitt, one's Frio. I think this is Frio. It is. Fannin by the Red River. Edwards. Delta, Dimmitt. Okay, there's Dimmitt. Fisher. We had Fayette, Fisher, El Paso. That's kind of easy, in my opinion. Erath, Hector, and Donnelly. We did not beat the clock, so we do that again. Click the go button. Floyd, they're in random order. Erath, Ellis, Erath, Dimmitt, Def Smith, Denton, Franklin, Fannin, Frio, Eastland, Falls is the green one. Edwards, El Paso is easy. Duval, Donnelly, Duval, Ellis, Dallam, Delta kind of looks like a little delta where the rivers join. Ford, DeWitt, the D landing on its side. Dickens, Fisher, Freestone, Fayette, Donnelly and Panhandle, Dawson, Hector, am I going to beat the clock or not? Dallas and Fort Bend. Okay, we beat the clock by, 3 seconds. But we beat it. We could replay if we wanted to get it to reinforce, to give ourselves more confidence before we go into the test mode. Click go, we're going to be in test mode. The difference is, in test mode, you still get a green light when you get the correct button, but the button does not disappear. When you get the wrong button, it asks for Duval. I'll click Donnelly, and you get a red light. You only get one chance to answer it this way in test mode, and the question changes to Falls. Also, we're not racing the clock, and the show me button does not appear. So it asks for Falls. I know there's Falls and Fannin, so this be Falls. Fisher, Dallam was the very first one. Fayette. Well, here's the other thing. Since I just showed you how I got one wrong, well, I'll tell you what, let's just go through this, see what we can do. Fayette, Ellis, Edwards, Ellis, Def Smith, Frank. I'm going to show you a trick, though, in a minute. Franklin, Dawson, Delta, Floyd, Dimmitt. One of these is Dimmitt, one's Frio. I think it's Dimmitt. It is. Donnelly, Eastland, Edwards, Dickens, Erath. This is Ellis. This is Erath. Freestone, Dallas, Fort Bend, DeWitt. This is the one I said looks like a D on its side. Denton, El Paso, Ford. I've answered 25 of the 27, Hector. This will be the last one, Frio. This is Dimmitt. I think this is Frio. Okay. I did miss one, so we did not score 100%. The screen will allow us to come in and try again, and we can try again and again until we get 100%, or I'm going to show you a trick. You can exit with this button up here, We're going to get right into that game. And now, instead of going through the learn mode, 7, 14, 21, 27, or the review mode where they're all in alphabetical order, we're going to go to the test mode and click single player. And you can get to this anytime. You don't have to go through the whole process. And in fact, this is the type of thing that I do just for fun occasionally. Get in, may test myself on the countries of Africa or Europe. Texas is the biggest project I've ever taken on. Let's click the go button. It asks for falls. There's Falls, Dallas, Denton, there's Denton, Freestone, Frio, okay, Fayette, Deaf Smith, Fannin on the Red River, Delta looks like a little delta where two rivers join, Ellis, Ector, Dawson, Donnelly, Dimmitt, Fisher is the purple one, Edwards, El Paso, Duval, I think this is Duval, Dickens, DeWitt, Floyd, Franklin, tall and thin, Erath is Ellis, is Erath, Fort Bend, Eastland. I've answered 25 so far. If I get the next two correct, that'll be 100%. It asks for Ford and Dallam. We got 100%. And if we wanted, we could click this little button here to print a certificate. That certificate will show, if you're registered, it'll show your avatar and the game you're playing and what score you got and what date it was. But we're going to exit. And let's go over and see if, okay, it looks like everything is still working. And that's how easy it is to get in and use our system. And it might take you a couple of hours a night to work on this. But you can do it in your spare time. Instead of playing Dungeons and Dragons or whatever things people play today, you get in and play a game, a computer game, fast-paced, challenging, and learn something that very few people know. And also you can, let's go back over to here. When you click this button, it will give you a list. It'll open a new window, and it gives you a list of the counties of Texas that you can print. Take those with you and work on going through Dallas, Dawson, Deaf Smith, Delta, Denton, DeWitt, Dickens, Dimmitt, Donnelly, Duval, Eastland, Ector, Edwards, El Paso, Ellis, Erath, Falls, Fannin, Fayette, Fisher, Floyd, Ford, Franklin, Fort Bend, Franklin, Freestone, Frio. I skipped a couple of them there, but that's how the process is. And I go to sleep with that list, and I think of which ones I'm working on, and I go to sleep doing that. So that is how easy it is to do this. And as we go through this, we will all get better. We will all get to where at the end, we'll do that thing where we take a stopwatch, and I got a watch on my phone someplace, and we'll see if we can recite the 254 counties in 254 seconds. And that is going to be exciting for you. Going to be exciting for me. And get in and play. Thank you for watching.